If you're stuck at six figures and you think the answer is more networking events, more coffee meetings, or faster follow up, you're about to hate me because I'm about to prove that everything you've been taught about networking is designed to keep you busy, not profitable. Let's burn it down. So you're out here selling into mid-market companies, and somehow you ended up in a networking rooms with a guy selling magic crystals and someone who just launched their coaching business yesterday. You don't need another awkward coffee with someone who can't even spell B2B. You need real conversations that lead to real outcomes. You need a winning team that's as invested in your success as you are. That's Success Champion Networking, built for business owners who sell real solutions to real companies and are tired of networking in all the wrong rooms. No silly jingles, no pass a referral or else pressure, just smart, growth-minded pros who serve the same business-to-business audience as you do. So if you're ready to stop networking with people who think mid-market is a grocery store, go to successchampionnetworking.com, find a chapter near you, and register to visit. Hey, champions, I'm Donnie Bovine, CEO and founder of Success Champion Networking, and I'm going to talk about the five biggest lies that happen and surround networking as a whole. And I get really, really, really frustrated with how most people teach networking because even though they say it's not transactional, most things they teach get people stuck in this transactional loop and it doesn't allow them to grow and scale. So if you've been stuck, not been able to break into six figures, hang out today as we really dive into these five lies that'll get you completely dialed in and get your networking rocking a hell of a lot more. Lie number one, you need to network more. The truth is, you're probably networking too much. You probably are in local networking groups. You're probably going to like chamber events, online things, after hours, and you're probably hitting all these wonderful networking places. But what you found yourself is in a whole bunch of social clubs and not a real networking environment. I want you to go through all the places you're currently networking and tell me specifically what ROI are you actually getting from that networking you're doing? Like, if you can't definitively tell me that the meetings you're attending, the after hours, the online events, the conferences, and the likes, if you can't tell me what you're directly getting out of those, like it could be money, it could be introductions, it could be opportunities, but what's the return on your time investment in those? If you can't give me that, then you need to remove that from your overall arsenal and kit. What I find is people think that they have to be everywhere when it comes to networking to try and find some sort of success or some sort of win. And the truth is you don't need to network everywhere. You need to be networking in very, very specific places with people who also sell to your ideal clientele, but are not competition for you. I mean, imagine you hanging out with 10 to 25 people that are all dialed into the same end user clientele that you want to get to, and what impact that would have on your business. It's monstrous to think that you can network with these ideal people and grow. So quit networking everywhere and get completely dialed into very focused networking places that will give you an ROI from the time you invest in them. Line number two, following up faster wins the deal. The truth of the matter is, you can follow up as fast as you want, but speed without strategy is just an act of desperation. You're chasing people who forget you the second you walk away. What you have to understand is you have to have a process to your follow up, a system that allows you to consistently stay in the game. So, what I want you to think about is what needs to happen at the event, the networking meeting, the online, the after hour, so you can actually connect with the individual. So when you follow up, there's actually something you're following up with. Maybe it's an introduction, maybe it's an opportunity, maybe it's an article, something you read, something you can collaborate about. And create a system that you can follow regularly to keep your actions and your follow up very, very routine. I recently attended an event in Atlanta, Georgia, and immediately started following up with my pack system. And what I found is by doing that, I was able to really lean into what we talked about in different conversations. And because of that, we've had a couple new people that are joining Success Champions networking and are getting dialed into the network as a whole. No one forgets relationships, they forget transactions. So what I want you to think about is, how am I forming a actual relationship with these people, so when I follow up, they're looking forward to me following up and want to have farther conversations. Line number 3: more leads equals more revenue. The truth, you don't have a lead problem. You have a referability problem. You're unknown, you're untested, and unremarkable to the people who could send you business. What you need to actually do is get dialed into, hello, her. I'm just going to say hi back. I don't want to screw that whole long name up. Uh, what you need to do is get dialed into a lot more very specific people that you can invest your time and energy with. What people continue to think is, the more places I show up, the more people I will meet, the more opportunities that will happen. And what you really need is a smaller, more strategic group of people that are selling to your ideal clientele, that you can form lifelong relationships with and get better referrals on. It's not about getting more leads to more revenue. It's about having better conversations and stronger relationships with people that could actually send you business. Imagine if you had 10 to 20 to 30 people that each one of you was invested in each other's business, respected each other's business, and really honed in and got into the idea of actually opening up doors for each other. Imagine being around people that every time you closed a deal, you could bring up these people in conversation to see if the company you just closed a deal with could use any of these services, because these people are bringing your name up in the conversation. So it's not about more leads, it's about getting better and having the right conversation that helps you get dialed into the real referrals, real conversations, and real people that you can actually talk to. Line number 4: networking is about what you can get. There has been a philosophy that has created the biggest set of transactional mindset, I think, more than anything else, and it's the idea that givers gain. The funny thing about this philosophy is, people have bought it hook, line, and sinker, and one of two things happens. One is they give, 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 and never get anything back. Or two, they're giving under the idea of, I'm giving to gain. So they're literally only giving so they get something back. Uh, this is such a transactional mindset, and why people ghost you. You're a taker and not a partner. What you need to understand is, there is a real thought process about getting to know someone in such a level that you'd be comfortable bringing their name up when you're talking about their clients, and whatever that person's stuff, whatever they sell, you'd feel comfortable bringing their name into the conversation. What happens is, every interaction should start with, what can you give, not what you can get. But most people go into it going, what can I give this individual so I can get something back? So it's not about what you can get, it's about, how strong a relationship can I build with this person, that I can actually bring their name up and really get dialed into, how can I grow their business and what impact can I have on them? And then line number 5: you need to be everywhere. The truth being, everywhere means being memorable nowhere. When you're spreading yourself so thin, no one actually knows what you do. I remember early in my networking years, I was everywhere. I was at every chamber event, every happy hour, every breakfast meeting. I was known all the town because I showed up at all the right places. So I thought. And then when I later realized, if I had the time and energy to show up at all the places, it's because I didn't have enough business to be able to keep me from being able to go to certain places. When you can be everywhere, it just tells the wrong story. It tells people that you don't have enough business and you have the time to go network and be everywhere. You need to get dialed in, you need to get specific and understand that the entire idea is to really tighten in and dive into your world. Uh, to break through 100,000K, it's in your existing network, not the next network, not the next networking event. It's literally how many times have you gone back and done virtual coffees with people you've done virtual coffees in the past? When have you followed up with conversations you've had in the past? When have you randomly reached out and made an introduction to somebody you met earlier in the year? The problem is people do these drive-by meetings, these drive-by conversations, and then wonder why they never get them anywhere. It's the funniest thing to me to watch people, pretend they're actually networking when all they're really doing is socializing. So if you recognize yourself in any of these lies, you're not broken. You're just using someone else's playbook. We built Success Champion Networking for people stuck exactly where you are. We've got 25 chapters, industry specific chapters, because this is about more than networking. It's about better networking. Uh, Here's what I want you to do. I want you to understand that the more you invest into the current network you have, the more you will win. You don't need more new things. You need to get dialed into the people you currently have and go deeper and more hardcore with them. Guys, I'm here every Monday doing this. I love hanging out. And the biggest thing that I want you to do is if you have not subscribed, liked, or comment or shared this video, if you got any value out of it, please do so. I'll catch you next week. Love you, mean it. See you. Bye.